We started doing that, but I knew Jay, and, I've been friends with Jay Glazer for a while, and so, I just asked him, I'm like, hey, man, is there a place to spar out here, a place to get in there? The cardio is phenomenal. That's all I want to do. I was tired of running. I wanted to change it up. And I knew he was in the MMA world. He's like, man, come on down to the gym. And went down there and was like so out of my element, but I was having fun. Hired my trainers, and I told him, I said, train me like I'm going to be the next heavyweight champ. Obviously, I just can't fight. We could do sparring sessions, we do the whole nine. So, it's just one of those things where, I don't know, it helps in the trenches, but it wasn't like the reason I went in there like, oh, we're going to hand fight, no. But in the hand-eye coordination, it all crosses over, with arm drags and stuff like that, and with the jiu-jitsu side. And I did like one workout, and my gut was hurting, and I thought I pulled something, and I'm like, holy smokes, I'm not in the greatest shape as I could be in. And so I started doing that, and I tell you what, I was like, my lungs expanded, my hips, got more flexible. I wasn't afraid to take my shirt off at the pool anymore. All the important stuff.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Jared Allen live here at Baja Sol Cantina in Eden Prairie. I'm Mussie's Jared Allen. So you've been here in Minnesota now, and you've really been embraced. You've also embraced the community, and one of the big things that you've been doing, we got to know about the honey hole for you. Where are you? You do some fishing, you do some hunting, you do all this outdoor stuff.
Yeah. Actually, Klein Sauce was the fisherman around here. We were supposed to go the other day, but neither of us made the effort to call each other. Hey, do you want to go? I'll call you if we do. But fishing, I like fishing. I just don't get it as much as I like, as much as I like hunting, and
right.
I know hunting. So I do a lot of hunting up north in like Pine County, Hinckley area. Mm-hmm. Got some good buddies up there I hunt with, and food plots everywhere. I tell you what, if these bears keep like glancing through the woods and not letting me shoot them, I'm starting to get really upset. It's supposed to be easier than this. But I
call Troy Gentry about that.
Tie him up, and I'll go down. I went to do some ice fishing down in LeSueur County down there, and but there's some great spots. Minnesota's awesome. Just right out south or right up northwest, I guess, kind of right outside of St. Bonifacius. They got a buddy out there who's got a nice little ranch. We do some goose hunting. We were out there goose hunting all week, or weekend, I should say. Coach would probably get mad if I was out there all week, huh?
Yeah.
Can't come today.
Sorry, I got this thing.
Yeah, I got this thing. Got a doctor's appointment. You're bleeding. Yeah, I know. But no, Minnesota's great because it does. I do need to get into walleye fishing, though, I guess, because that supposedly is the thing to do around here.
I think it's boring. And you know what? And saying that in Minnesota is actually, almost like blaspheme.
Yeah.
But for me, unless, you got like a cigar and you're sitting there having a beer and then you're just jigging, and then it's okay.
See,
but
I don't even know. I understood the cigar and beer part, but I don't even know what jigging is, so I wouldn't even, someone might try to drown me. You know what we did? This is what we used to do. You had a worm or a minnow.
Right.
You put that on your hook, and if you want to watch the line, you watch it. If you want to be real lazy, you put a bobber on there. And then my old man would sit back and, hey, run, go grab me a beer.
Oh, that's fishing.
Fishing, huh? And it's like when I was little, hunting was, Dad, I want to go hunting. All right, come on out. Here, stand right here and don't move. 3 hours later, I'm like, well, obviously they left. I try to find them. Why the hell did you move? I'm 5. I'm scared. Do us a favor. Grandpa grabbed the wrong ammo. Run 5 miles back to the house and bring it back, but be quiet.
And get a beer.
I'm 5. My old man loved to hunt, so that's how I got hunting. And we used to go fishing almost every weekend when I was little. And I just don't know. I just hunting kind of took more of me than fishing did.
We get into our first regular season game here against Cleveland. Finally, the preseason is over. Everybody's looking forward to this. You're going to have a really awesome matchup. Probably one of the first matchups of the year that we'll be looking at as a great matchup where you're going to be taking on left tackle. Joe Thomas?
Big Joe Thomas. Yeah, he's a good athlete. I played against him in the preseason in his rookie year, and he does some things that are nice. He's a good athlete. I got a sack on him in the Pro Bowl, which doesn't really mean nothing. I think we're both going half speed. But if you calculate that, if we're going full speed, I should be successful. But
it's by scale.
He's a good player. He's a tough guy, and But like I said, I don't really worry about who I'm playing against. I figure if I go out there and do my technique and play the way I'm supposed to play, they better worry about me. So it works out all right, and we'll be successful, and hopefully we can get them in passing situations and tee off on them a little bit. Plus, they're starting with Quinn. Yeah, we're going to break something on him, hopefully.
There it is! Allen song.
Rode on some Skinner and I cracked
I'm
it
crying
on
right now.
Coached up my hair
You talk about schisms. This is the ultimate schism where you got, the party in the front or in the back and then, business up front.
Absolutely, and I now know it's not sexually transmitted, so which is cool.
The mullet. Jared Allen live here at Baja Sol Cantina in Eden Prairie. This is where we're going to be located here every Thursday at 6:30. 6:30, we'll be doing this show on KFAN and the Vikings Radio Network. We're hanging out here with Jared Allen, having a good time. Lots of little guys that are coming up here. One guy who's got to get back to practice.
Yeah, that was awesome. I've actually never seen anybody skip football practice to come say hi to me. That guy rocks. Rocks. And if that coach punishes him, I'm going to go over there and punish the coach.
Interesting thing, because I don't know if you all know this, but the reason that I got approached on doing this whole thing, Jared and I go back now because we've seen each other backstage at most country shows. You are one of the biggest country music fans I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm like borderline groupie level, like stalkerish. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I love country music. Like I said, I grew up on a ranch. My dad trained horses for 30 some odd years, and that's all I ever listened to was country and classic rock and stuff like that. And and lucky for me, I got to meet. That was like the coolest part of my job when I was younger. It's like I got to meet all these cool guys, and we became friends. And they all want to know what it's like to be an athlete, and we all want to be a country star or a rock star. So, it plays hand in hand. So, but no, yeah, I'm a huge fan. Become good friends with them, and it even makes it cooler when you know the guys singing the songs. You kind of know some of the stories behind the songs, and and heck, you get invited places, which is awesome.
Yeah, I know the hangs now. Other people might not. Who are your favorite hangs in Nashville?
Oh, you know what? I got to say Halfway to Hazard. Those are some of my favorite guys ever.
Great guys.
Keith Anderson's a really close friend of mine. Let's see, Rascal Flatts, Gary, Jodan, and Jay. Those guys are my buddies.
September 19th, they'll be in town.
And we'll be out of town. Yeah, I already checked that date. But yeah, there's a lot of guys. I know a lot of the band members too. Like some of the guys from Gary Allen's band. Just you just kind of meet people along the way, and the Lost Trailer Boys. Those guys are hilarious. I tell you who I've had a great time with, and I don't think they're around much anymore. It was Rio Grande.
Oh, yeah, I remember Rio Grande.
They used to come to all the shows on like a 1975 lime green tour bus, and it was the coolest. Big and Rich, I hang out with those guys quite a bit sometimes. Cowboy Troy. You get to meet people, and James Otto is one of my closest buddies. We're trying to get him here to sing the national anthem sometime. We got to work on that.
Yeah, North Dakota, right?
Absolutely. So, it's fun to see those guys in their element, and they always want to come and support us in our element. So, it plays hand in hand.
Interesting enough, this morning with the K102 Wake Up Crew, Amy James and I had asked you about you have to choose who would you make out with, who would you marry, and who would you throw off a cliff. We gave you.
Sorry, babe.
You have to choose, but we said, okay, we went with Carrie Underwood, Faith Hill, and Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, and I said I would marry Faith Hill because she looks good after she has kids.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And she's just classy. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Just super classy,
she is
right?
So cool.
And Tim McGraw, dreamy.
Are you kidding me, man? Yeah. I got the biggest bromance.
Yeah,
it is like Clooney, McGraw. You're third.
Hey, I'm just happy to be on the podium with those guys. Are you kidding me?
You're not on the laminated list yet, especially because you brought up Rick Springfield earlier.
And then I said, obviously everybody's thinking you're going to make out with Carrie Underwood. She's a good-looking lady. But one of my best friends in the world, Boomer Grigsby, we were out at the ACMs, and it's really funny because I wish I would have thought of it. It was funny for me to make fun of him, but she had just won American Idol. We're down there doing some radio stuff with Kansas City Radio down there at Q104, and Boomer went up to her and introduced him. Said, "Hey, I'm Boomer Grigsby, the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm a big fan." She gave him like the limp wrist, eyes rolled, walked right past. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, "Oh, that is awesome! You just got beasted," but very rude, Yeah. So I said I'd throw her off the cliff and make out with Jessica Simpson. So,
but you got to be careful of that one because with the Tony Romo breakup,
both of them with the Tony Romos, it's a little too close to home. I know Tony and. So if I could have thrown them both off the cliff, I would have. But you told me I had to choose one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm playing by the rules.
Be careful too, because Jessica Simpson, after breaking up, actually being dumped at an IHOP by Tony Romo.
At IHOP?
IHOP. He dumped her off in the car and took off. And then
that is classic.
She went online and found an online witch and invited her to her home, and they
really,
they have like some incantation.
Wow.
So there's a hex going against Tony Romo this season.
IHOP. That is. Dude, he just got like 13 more cool points in my book.